All right, we're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, hi guys, it's Mini here from Brampton, Ontario, and we have Mahendra Singh here, who is from the insurance industry, and we're both live on Instagram and Facebook. So thank you in advance for joining. If you're joining now, listen, I want you guys to drop a comment in the comment section below. Let us know if you have any question, or simply just give us a thumbs up or a heart. We love hearts, smiley face. Let us know that we're doing a good job, and it helps to motivate us and keep that positive energy, right? So we're gonna wait for a few people more to come on, and I'm gonna try to shut up a little bit so Mahendra can talk.
Hey, Minnie, you're doing a great job so far. And again, good evening, everyone, all of our Facebook friends and family for tuning in. We have some interesting information to share today. Pretty sure we're bringing some great value to you guys. So can't wait to have it. Can't wait to get started, Minnie.
Yeah. Mahendra, I think it's echoing. Do you want to possibly turn one of the device off? Because you'll be
Yes.
hearing it on one of them. So maybe the
Okay.
computer volume you can turn off.
Okay. Let me do that.
Thanks, Sharon, for letting me know.
Is it better now?
Yeah. So I think what
Yeah.
to do, leave the phone and turn the computer mute.
Okay. All right. So let me leave the phone. And good. Awesome. Okay. Doing that. We're all learning to be techies at this time. Good. Good. All right. Awesome. Better now?
Okay. Much better. Okay. Sharon is saying it's much better.
One second.
I can still hear some echoing, but as long as one computer is off, we're good to go. The computer is off, then it's fine. I forgot to let you
For
know
some
that.
reason, I cannot hear you, Minnie. So
Okay.
on my phone, I'm hearing you better on the computer. So let me.
So what you can do is lower the phone volume all the way down, and then just keep the computer on. Thanks, guys. Bear with us. We are
Figuring
just
this out.
setting
Sorry
up,
about
waiting for a few more people
that.
to come on
So
while we get it.
my phone
all
volume is all the way up.
um,
Okay. Oh, 1 second. I got it. Turn my Bluetooth off. How about now, Minnie? Are we good?
I can still hear echoing.
Yes. Okay, good. Are we better
All right.
now?
I think we're better. We think we're better.
We're better?
All
Yeah.
right.
Because my computer is on mute.
Okay. So guys, how is the sound on your end?
Okay.
Good. For those of you who are joining, let us know how the sound is.
Yes.
I'm hearing a playback.
Yeah. Because my computer is on mute and the phone is on. So let me just give me 1 quick second.
Okay, Sharon is saying it's very good. So it's fine.
Okay.
What about Facebook? Anyone joining live on Facebook? Are you hearing it well?
Okay, sorry about that. I think we're good to go.
All right. So Facebook listeners is still a feedback.
Okay.
Instagram is okay.
Instagram is okay. Facebook, there's a feedback.
Do you have a microphone like this for your computer?
I have a microphone for my phone that I can
Plug into your computer.
Yeah, I can. I have it's a Bluetooth microphone. Shall I use that?
For your computer, yeah.
Not for the computer, for the phone. Would that help?
No, because I think the phone is picking. Which device is on Facebook?
The computer.
The computer. Okay.
Maybe I'll try. Give me a sec. Okay.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. This is good that we're letting you help us set up.
I appreciate your patience. Now I'm gonna look like a DJ.
Yay!
Just like Minnie. So let's try.
Is that better, Leela?
How's that?
I think that's better.
It's better?
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
So
good.
let's
All
get
right.
right into it. Mahendra is going to be talking to us about RRSP as it's coming down close to our speed deadline.
I think you still had an echo there, right?
Is that better now?
No, I can't hear you well there. Too much echo.
Hold on. Let's see what's me. One second.
You want to try again with your headphone?
Is that better now?
Yeah. Yes, perfect.
No echo.
I don't think so.
No, we're good. I think it was me.
It's better?
I think it was me.
Okay.
And I had you fixing your stuff.
All right.
Because I have like 2 or 3 different mics. Okay.
Not a problem.
Thank you, Leela. That was really good. I appreciate it. Okay. So, yeah, so it's coming down to our SP deadline.
It was better with the microphone on.
You know what? All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes. What about you? Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can. So.
All right, guys. I get this. But I hear myself on your side.
You're hearing, yeah, I don't know how this is. We were trying to be very productive in terms of doing it on both sides, but it seems that that might be an issue.
Shall we just continue with Facebook and turn off the Instagram on my side, or?
I think it's okay now. I'm not hearing any echo.
Okay.
Are you hearing any echo?
I just hear myself.
But you're hearing me.
I can hear you, but I'm hearing myself on your side too.
Okay. How is this?
Okay. Okay, that's better.
All right, good.
Figure it out. All right,
yes.
Good stuff.
So let's get right into it. Yes, so guys, thank you for joining. We do appreciate it. And thank you, first of all, for being patient and helping us with our setup today. That's really helped teamwork, right? So today, Mahendra is going to be telling us about RRSP as it comes down to RRSP deadline. What is RRSP? I know a lot of you probably know, but there may be a few of you who are not familiar with RRSP, how it works, right? But you've heard that name, but not familiar with it in the general sense. So Mahendra is going to be telling us about that and what it means to invest in RRSP and what the deadline is that's approaching and why to do it now.
Awesome. Hey, Mini, thank you. All right, let's one last mic check. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Awesome. For some reason, I'm hearing myself again, but okay, that's better. Yeah.
Okay.
My phone is muted. Can thumbs up from anyone if they can hear me? Okay. All right. Are we okay? Good. Are we good now? All right. Hello. All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Good stuff. Okay. To our Facebook live friends and family. Good afternoon. It's just an awesome opportunity to always partner with Mini in terms of helping our clients investing for their future, saving for a great retirement, and in that process, helping families and friends. So What is an RRSP? First of all, let's get right down to the nuts and bolts, Mini. So, an RRSP is a registered retirement savings plan. It's probably one of the most important tools that Canadians can use to secure a comfortable retirement. And in that process, also use some of those funds to purchase their own home or going back to school. Those are some of the uses of the RSP along the way. But the primary goal is actually to be able to retire financially independent, right? That is a term overheard. A lot of people do not explain what that actually means. But what I say to my clients is the whole idea of having enough assets in your RRSP so you can have an income off of that in your later years, right? And along the way, in terms of saving for your RSP, we're able to benefit from some great tax credits. And for all of our Canadian friends and families, this is the time of the year we're heavily focused on making that contribution and benefiting on your 2020 tax return. So I would encourage you, if you haven't as yet, take a look. Maybe if you have to speak to us, let us know. And my number is posted right here. We can talk about, what you can do from now to the deadline. The deadline is March 1st, midnight. Okay, so we have up to 12 midnight. And you have my help on that if you need to make your contributions. So one of the things to bear in mind is if you do not make that contribution before the 1st of March, whatever RRSPs you contribute, it will actually get pushed onto your 2021 income tax. So you'll have to wait to see those credits. Okay. That's in brief what I have to say right now. Minnie, do you have any question based on that?
No. Yeah, I do have a question, but not based on that. And I might have missed this because I was focusing on some of the comment section. But
Sure,
what
sure.
does the acronym mean, RRSP? So for we've got quite a bit of immigrants that are coming in that's settling in GTA, and yes, we're hearing RRSP. What does it mean?
Great. So I'd like to say the first R is for rich, but no, don't quote me on that. Um, so the R is registered retirement savings plan. So it says
Okay.
it right in there. It's for retirement purposes, right? Now, a lot of folks that I've met in the past, they've misused the RRSP. They think it's an emergency fund. You can actually go into it every month. No, no, no. This is not an ATM machine. This is for your long-term investment needs. Okay. So does
So
that clear it up?
so it's a registered retirement savings plan.
That's
And
right.
tell me who can take advantage of an RSP. Do I need to have a job before I take advantage of an RSP? Who are the candidates that can take advantage of a registered retirement savings plan?
That's a very good question, Minnie. So anybody whom in the last tax year, in the prior tax year, they had earned income, they can actually contribute to their RRSP. But the way it works is you just cannot make a contribution. You have to check your tax assessment to make sure that you're not over contributing, right? So let us say, for example, on our 2019 tax assessment, it says $20,000 or let's say $30,000 of available contribution room. Then that's the maximum that you can utilize for 2020.
Okay.
So that's very important because if there's an over contribution, well, you only have a lifetime amount of 2,000 to over contribute with, but after that, you will be penalized by the CRA. So we don't want
Okay.
that to happen, right?
So in summary, we an RRSP for you to know how much you can contribute into your registered retirement saving plan. It's a plan for your retirement. It's a saving plan for your retirement. And to
Right.
know the amount that you can contribute, we need your last notice of your tax assessment, and
Right.
that's going to give you that number in there. If you are, you're in a window, let's say of 20,000, and that's the allotted amount that you can contribute towards this plan. And if you go over that, so if you have a window of 20,000 that you can put towards your RSP and you did 21, you can actually be penalized for that. Do I get that right? Is that what you said?
You can be penalized. However, you have a lifetime over contribution limit of only 2,000.
Okay, so you can. So now that we get that, so I can over contribute, but for my lifetime, I can only over contribute for a maximum of $2,000.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now that's the basics is there. Um,
And if
I
I
can,
may add,
yeah, go ahead.
before you go to the next question, Minnie, and this will benefit a lot of folks that are looking to buy properties in 2021, is the government does allow us to use $35,000 max out of each individual person's RRSP. So let's say you have a married couple, right? Let's say John and Mary. John is allowed to use $35,000 and Mary is allowed to use $35,000 maximum out of their RRSPs for the purchase of a property if they're first-time home buyers. Now, people could get carried away with that and go, buy a whole $35,000 worth of RRSP contributions if they have the money or they take a loan to do so. However, you have to be very careful. If your notice of assessment says 30,000 or less, 35,000 or less, be careful because you cannot go over that limit, right? And you don't want to get penalized. So it's very important. Anything you do, whether it's a tax-free savings account or RRSP account, you make sure that you check your notice of assessment.
Notice of assessment.
Right.
Now, to contribute to RRSP, we have to have our last tax filing, right? Now, what if I'm filing my tax, but I don't have a job. What if I am on disability or I'm a mom with 2 kids and my job is kind of running the family. So I'm filing my taxes. I'm collecting my, child tax benefits and all of that. Can I contribute to my retirement savings plan?
Definitely, Minnie. So here's how it goes, right? One of the first things I ask folks is, what is your last year income? So if you're filing your 2020 taxes, we need to know what that earned income is. And then I'll be able to do the math on it and show them how much an RSP will benefit them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay. I'm not hearing myself again. That's good. So the first thing is checking the numbers to make sure that it is worthwhile contributing for that tax year. Because there's some cases where folks, based on their income, they really didn't need to contribute to an RSP right away to benefit on their taxes. They could probably just wait until 2021 taxes, so their income is higher, right? So the way it works is the CRA give you credits based on your tax bracket. So if you're in a higher income state, it means that you will benefit the most. Right?
Okay.
If you're in a lower income ladder, then your benefits may be there, but not maximized. So I would look at that and see, okay, if one partner is making more money than the other for the previous tax year, then we'll make the decision as to whom should make that contribution, whom should claim that contribution.
Okay, got it.
Right. And your reference to child tax benefit is if you have a married couple working together and we contribute a lump sum to their RRSP, what it could potentially do for that couple is increase the baby bonus, the child tax credit in Canada.
Okay, so
Right.
Contributing towards a retirement, the positive of that, let's say you're not working at a job, but you're working at home, taking care of your family and your kids, and you're filing your taxes. You can benefit from, when you contribute towards your registered retirement savings plan, your child tax benefits potentially would go up. Correct?
Exactly true, Minnie. And the reason for that is the RRSP does have the impact of reducing your taxable income for the purposes of calculating your credits. So if you're reducing your taxable income via RSP, which is legit, you're allowed to do that, by the way, right? You're able to increase certain other government credits, example, your child tax benefits. And
Okay.
And one of the instant benefits also in terms of contributing is when you file your 2020 taxes this year, you're able to maybe get some credits from the CRA right away. So let's say someone contributes a $10,000. Let's say they did a $10,000 contribution into their RSP for the 2020 taxes before March 1st. Let us assume that they do not owe the government a dime, okay? Based on their tax credit, if they're at a 25% tax bracket, what it means is they're going to get back 25% of the taxes that they paid on $10,000 of income. So they potentially could get back another $2,500 from the CRA, but that is if they do not owe the government anything, if they do not have a tax balance outstanding. Because if they do, they'll just keep it, right? They'll keep the difference, right?
Yeah. So,
right.
and that's something that we, 1 second.
Sure.
I feel like I need a third phone.
You need an assistant, I think, right? Okay.
Yeah, yes, that's what
Okay,
I
good.
need. Yes, oh, I need an assistant. So I mean, this is great. So I did not know that contributing to our I'm trying to type my your questions out as putting it there. Thought I did a spelling error there. So I did
That's
not
okay.
know that contributing towards your RSP could potentially increase your child tax benefit. So that's a really, really good thing to know, guys. I did not know that, and I'm sure a lot of you out there did not know that as well. Um, Second question. Thanks, Rohan. Appreciate it. So great info.
Thanks, Rohan.
Yes.
By the way, Rohan is my great friend. Thank you, buddy.
Yes. So team support is important. So thank you, Rohan. We all are in this together, and Rohan is in the same line of business as well. So thank you for that. Um, so yes, we did not know that. Well, I did not know that contributing towards your RSP could potentially increase your child tax benefit for those of you who have kids, right, and are receiving child tax benefit. So that's good to know. Let's lament a little bit about. Some numbers, Mahendra. I like my numbers and how much, what's the dollar amount. So let's do
I
this. So
love numbers. I
yes.
love numbers.
So let's do that. So let's say, Mahendra, I am making an income of, let's look at the larger population. Let's say between $40,000 to $50,000, and I fall in
Okay.
that tax bracket. Or let's
Right.
say I'm making $70,000, and my tax bracket is a little bit higher. If I contribute towards my RSP, let's say $15,000 or $10,000, what does that look like for me in terms of that cash that I'm going to get back?
Wow. What a question. I wasn't expecting this one, but hey, I love numbers too. So let us use say a
A
50 to
scenario.
60,000 income.
Yeah,
So
sure.
if an individual has a 50 to 60,000 income, first of all, let me make a disclaimer, guys. That is one second, let me fix my mic. So if someone makes 50 to 60,000, right? First thing we have to look at is their entire tax situation because the numbers may vary. So let me make that disclaimer. But let us say purely on their contribution, like Minnie was referring to, $15,000 worth of contribution. Now, a 50 to 60,000 income could potentially put someone closer to a 25 to 30% tax bracket. When I say tax bracket, that's the rate at which your last dollar of income tax get taxed. It's called your marginal tax rate. Okay. We don't want to get too technical, but I'm just saying. So 15,000 times, say, a 30% tax bracket, that person could potentially get back a credit of about $4,500 on their 2020 income tax return.
Okay.
That is powerful. And I can't count how many people we've actually helped to do that, many
What's the number? What's the number? I missed that.
before 4,500.
So potentially 4,500. So if I got back 4,500, I've got two girls that will pay their piano lessons and their swimming lessons, and their skating lessons for the entire year. If I'm able to not, I'm going to contribute towards my retirement, which is good for me. I'm planning for my old age. And at the same time, I'm able to use that fund for my kids, betterment. So if I put
Absolutely.
that into perspective, that's a huge saving that you can use it for by just making smart decisions, or not necessarily smart decision, but informed division, right?
That's
Towards your RSP.
And if I may add to that, Minnie, before you go to the next point, this is actually very interesting, by the way. I love what you just said. You really put it in perspective. And just to put it in a further perspective, just imagine, if someone has a credit card balance of $3,000 to $4,000 that has been hovering over them for the last 2 years and they haven't been able to clear it up. Just imagine you have that tax credit, you're able to pay off that credit card that you had at 19.99%, let's say,
Yeah.
right? You're able to clear that up. That's powerful. And
Yeah.
here's the beauty. Here's the beauty. If you had that $15,000 contribution, which we can help with, that 15,000 is still there in your pocket. That's your money.
Yeah. That's right.
But then not only you got back that huge tax credit, you also were able to change your child tax benefits.
Yeah. So you know what, like
Right?
guys, you guys know that I am a realtor for most of you, and I mean, as realtors, for myself, I can speak to is our when we think of investment, we think of heavily invested in brick and mortar or asset that you can feel as real estate. So house, land, tangible. Now, one of the things about in not investing as well is to also diversify. And so when we're looking at our retirement, we want to make sure we're having some cash investments there, some real estate investment there, right? We talked about that. So this is why I'm doing this with Mahendra, because I believe, and once you believe in something, you want to be able to share that so other people could benefit. So not only investing in the real estate portion, but as a realtor, as a real estate investor as well myself, I've got few properties that I've invested in. I also believe investing in RSP or retirement. Can I take this? Sorry guys, this is the life of an entrepreneur. One moment. Mini speaking. I am good. How are you? I'm actually in a live session right now. Is it urgent? Okay. Is she there now or is she not there? Okay, just give me a sec. I will get right on that. Thanks. Okay, you're welcome. Bye. All right. Mom life, homeschool. 1 second, guys. Pause. Mahendra, answer that question. Tell him about investing and diversifying your portfolio. I'll be right back, guys. The joy of homeschooling. That was just my kids' school calling. And just give me 1 second here. All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take it from there, Mahendra. I'll be right back.
Awesome. Okay, Mini, you're excused. So, okay, guys, let's continue. So, in terms of diversifying, what Mini meant by that is, most of us Canadians, we buy a property or we have money in the bank, maybe in savings, in checking, or you have money in tax-free savings and RSPs. That is exactly what it means. Not having money all in one section. You have your plan fully diversified. So God forbid, something happens in one sector, you're okay. You don't have to worry about all your money being in one basket. You guys all know the old adage, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? So that is sure that makes sense, Minnie. That was
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, continue.
my 6-year-old tried to be a smarty pants sometimes, so she switches her screen and she is not in the login screen. So some of you can probably relate with kids. All right. So
Awesome.
I mean, thanks for sharing that. I mean, diversifying, and not only that, but taking advantage of government programs that are available, or the funding that they have in the system that can benefit us, right? Um,
Exactly true. And another aspect of that diversification, Mini, is not only having funds in those areas, but also if you're investing in a tax-free savings account or an RSP, make sure that those funds are actually diversified within Canada, within the US and globally, that you have investments spanning all over the world. You're not just concentrated within Canada. And that is something that I talk to a lot of my clients about because it does impact their returns.
Yeah. So
Right.
thank you for sharing that. That's good info. Now, Mahendra, a quick question on the real estate side. Let's touch on how it will benefit, because one of my goals this year, with intention, very, very serious goal this year, is to be able to help first-time home buyers. And a lot of the time, first time home buyers, they don't have the information that they could take advantage of, and it costs them a lot of money. So I'll share you an example. I believe you're working with this client right now. So we've got a client, we're not going to share last name, we're just going to use a first name. So we've got a client named Priya. She had a realtor that she had worked with summer of last year that tried to purchase a home, did not sit down and do a consultation with her to benefit her. And I'll tell you dollar value, what that means. Dollar value. Priya met me in summer of last year, she would have saved $150,000 in the purchasing of her home, because now she's unable to purchase last year with that realtor, because because the financial planning was not done well for her to take advantage of, let's say, an RSP, for example, as a first time home buyer. And fast forward, now that she wants to do that, um, it's bringing her into spring of this year where the house prices have gone up about 150,000 in the category of property that she's looking to purchase. So, is that your phone? My phone.
Sorry, that was my yeah.
Entrepreneur
Sorry
life.
for that.
See,
Yes.
guys, when you got us on an appointment, you got to make
Yeah.
sure you utilize us because you see what's happening.
In a typical meeting, my voicemail gets almost full. Seriously.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
usually,
continue.
yeah. So what I would like you to do, I was just sharing yesterday on Instagram that my prediction is the market's going to turn, and I'm prepping the investors and first time home buyers. You got to put your ducks in a row and you got to be serious about it. You got to pick up the phone and give me a call. Let's put your ducks in a row. Take advantage of what programs are available for you now to help with down payments, for example, so that as soon as the market turns, you're in that line to take advantage. You're in that line to achieve your family goal of purchasing their home. And let's say you're taking advantage of contributing towards your RSP if your portfolio cost. You literally just have 1 week left. I was looking at that email that you sent me, and that's
Yeah.
why yesterday I like, wait a minute, let me call you. There's literally 1 week left. And I didn't want to postpone it for tomorrow because then we mean we only have 2 or 3 business days left.
Right.
So for those of you who are, renting right now, who've just moved to Canada, who are not familiar with the program, call me. Let's set up a time, do a consultation, see if it makes sense for you to take advantage of the RSP in terms of helping you with your down payment to potentially buy in your future, purchase for your new home because the market is going to change. And we've seen an article just one of my clients is watching the market so closely. She's so awesome. She's on top of it. She sends me these articles, and I'm like, I was just talking about this yesterday. That market is going to change, and once that happens, we want to be able to have these first time buyers, be prepped and ready to walk through that door and achieve their goal. So tell us on the real estate side about how it could potentially benefit. What is the maximum dollar amount they can use towards their down payment? What is their what are we looking at, guys? Now these numbers, you're not going to hold us to it. You have to take it with a grain of salt. It's an estimate. When we're doing your consultation or when Mahendra is doing your consultation, you're going to get a more precise exact number. But these are just scenarios, very close number to give you an idea of what you're potentially looking at in terms of payment, in terms of savings, in terms of returns from your taxes. Um, yeah.
Great, awesome, great information, Minnie. Thanks for that update. So, okay, the
Go
life
ahead.
of an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
And that's not me calling you. Okay, good. Okay, good. So the government does allow us to use 35,000. Like I said earlier, they allow you to take $35,000 out of your RSP and use that as a down payment if it's your first time buying a property, right? And that so individually that would be 35, total of $70,000. But here's the thing. Where do you get $70,000? A lot of folks are struggling, with their bills. They don't have $70,000. So I always talk about the concept of using other people's money, OPM, sorry, use other people's money, right? So if lending is cheap right now, why not capitalize on the fact that you can have a loan, towards contributing to your RRSP program, right? That's called an RRSP loan, which I do for clients a lot. And from the clients that we've worked with together, they were able to get into their home using that program because they got that lump sum amount of money available to use. And not only you're able to achieve, purchasing your first home, you're actually able to reduce your mortgage payment because that's a bigger down payment that you're walking in with, right? And that actually helps them to achieve their goals, right? And just think about it, like for the existing clients that I recall helping, that lump sum amount is actually going to trigger what we were talking about earlier, Minnie, that huge tax credit back from the CRA and that huge increase in the children's child tax credit, right? So
Yeah.
it's a ripple effect. You have a tax benefit in terms of the children. You have a tax benefit in terms of the money you're getting back from the CRA if you don't owe them a dime. And third, you're able to purchase your property. I mean, it's a win-win-win, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of something more symbiotic, something, in synergy than that. It's such a wonderful program. It literally helps to put you on that path, faster. So most people would say, okay, it'll take me maybe 10 years to save 40 grand. Well, how about we do that within the next year and a half? How about we do it within the next year or
Yeah.
2 years, depending on your financial situation? And one of the things I do is I just don't jump into a program with a client and says, hey, you need this program. No, I look at their complete financial situation. We do what you call a customized financial game plan. I love to call it our financial GPS mini.
Uh-huh.
Clearly navigate your path from A to B, and we'll show you based on what you can afford and what you can do. And a lot of times I'm able to do this program for clients without any extra money. And how is that possible? They've already been spending money in certain areas that are not productive.
That's
So I
right. So you
so
cut
I
you
Exactly. I showed them how to reallocate their spending. And it's the same money that we find within that home or say within the wall of the house. Okay. Knock,
yeah,
knock, right?
yeah.
And we're able to utilize those savings. I remember one case, Minnie. I know you have something to say, but I remember one case where I was able to help a client save money on their cable. It was about $100 a month. And they
And
were,
use
they were,
that to their
and
RS.
they were able to buy $8,000 worth of RRSP. Think about that.
I'll tell you this. I mean, that's such a great. I mean, it seems simple, but I'll tell you this. Many times when I do consultation, it's not about the consultation. It's for my consultation. It's not about just saying, "Hey, what style of house do you like? What neighborhood do you want to move in? Here's the best neighborhood for school. Here's a good school district." It's not only that. It's also, heavily impacted on financial planning. And I would usually ask my client, I'm like, "Listen, as your realtor, you're looking to me for advice that would help you to make that educated decision. If I was just simply opening the door, which an assistant can do, and show you a property in a neighborhood, I would feel like I'm robbing you some money." So your example there's many times where I am asking all these financial questions because I am also a licensed mortgage agent. However, I don't do the mortgages. A lot of my clients, I disclose it. I don't do it because, I feel like you cannot be the doctor of you have to focus on one thing if you want to be the doctor of that. And real estate is my love, my passion, and everything that I like to do in my career. So what I do, I scrub their financials, how much they spend on car, how much they spend on food, how much they eat out. Sometimes I would say, listen, you need to change your phone bill, and we're going to save $50, and here is how that's going to work out, right? Where we can repurpose that money. And a lot of the times, just like how you say, the money is right within the walls. It's right within what they're already using, and you need to repurpose it. So, guys, it's going to
Exactly.
benefit you so much if you just call us for a consultation. You're getting actually two in one here. You're getting the real estate aspect of it, and you're getting the financial aspect of it, and it doesn't get any better than that. You got to plan. You got to plan for both of them.
Guys are getting a burger and French fries, right? So, and
Yes.
if you may, Lalita has a question. Would you like us to address that?
Let's see. Where is it? On Instagram or on Facebook? Oh, here it
Facebook.
is. Facebook.
Yeah,
Let's show her question.
yeah. So you can read it for everyone, and I'll answer.
It says, can an investor withdraw RSP and invest it in a property with intention for retirement?
So that is a great question, Minnie. Lalita, that's absolutely great question. However, there's two part there. So let me dissect it first of all. First, can an investor withdraw RSP and invest it in a property? Yes. However, the intention of an RSP is to save for your long-term future, for your retirement. So what the reason the government works the program is this. You're able to withdraw up to 35,000 from that RRSP, purchase your property. However, you have a 2-year time span in which we start making the contributions back into the RRSP, or we adjust it on your income tax return. So in that way, you're positioning yourself for retirement. Does that make sense?
Okay, so
Right?
if it wasn't an investor and it was a first time home buyer, they have that 15-year window,
Right.
correct?
Right.
Now that it's an investor, they can take that $35,000, let's say, but they have a 2-year window to put that money back.
So if it's an investor, I think okay, that's what in that term of being an investor, the answer changes. Sorry. So if you're an investor, which means you already have your principal residence, but you're buying another property, maybe for rental purposes, then you
But
don't
for your
have
retirement, but
or
for
for
your
your
retirement, the
so if you
intention.
Right, the intention. So if it is not your first property, the government will not allow you to withdraw the RRSP on a tax-free basis.
On a
There
tax-free
will
basis.
be then it will not work in your favor because that program is just to help first-time home buyers
But
to fund their investment.
let's say, Mahendra, now I'm no longer a first-time home buyer. I am an investor in this case, and I have 35,000 sitting in my RSP account, and I want to use it. So if I were to use it, I can use it, but then I have to pay taxes. Is that correct?
So here's the thing. Based on the marginal, that's a great question, right? Based on the marginal tax rate of that person, right, they will pay some taxes. Now, I really don't know. It depends on the tax rate for that individual, their tax bracket. However, with some financial advice, that can all change, Minnie.
Okay.
Because the
So
way I work with clients, I show them how to make lateral movement between their investments, and then we can potentially take some of those funds and invest it in something else. Maybe we can shift it into a tax-free savings account. So then you get to use those funds, right? But it varies from investor to investor, okay? And there may be tax implications there. So we have to be very careful with that. Have to
So,
be very, very
in
careful with
short,
that.
guys, there is a possibility that you can, but you have to figure that out based on your particular
Yes.
situation, right? So,
Yes.
for us to do that, maybe there's some aside. We need to take that question aside and do an analysis to see how
Yes.
where we can move that money to be able to use it,
Yes.
and what are the implications. Does it make sense that we pay, let's say we're paying $1,500 tax back? Does it make sense then, because the 35,000 might give us a greater return in an investment portfolio, for example, on a property? So in short, yes, I know that can be done, but is it a one cap fit all? No, it needs to be analyzed.
Absolutely, Minnie. Absolutely. Because of the tax implications, I wouldn't give a one size fit all answer right now. So,
Hmm.
Lolita, I'm available if you would like to call me, direct message me. No worries. We can talk more about that because it varies from person to person. All right.
Hmm.
All
Thanks,
right.
Lynette. Lynette is saying this is a
That
great information, very good information.
that is my mom, by the way. Welcome, mom.
Hi, Mom. Welcome. There you go.
And my sister is on as well, Amrita.
Oh, so good, good
Welcome,
support.
Amrita.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it. Now, to make it better for us and to help us to grow, we need your help as well. And how you can help us is by dropping a comment if you're on Instagram, and dropping a comment if you're on Facebook. I mean, that helps us, that help our portfolio to reach more people, which is what we want to do. We want to be able to reach more people so that we can help more of you as well. Okay. All
E-
right.
Exactly, Minnie. And if I may refer to one of our clients that I worked with, mutual client, I wouldn't mention the name at all, but I'll tell you this, and I even haven't had a chance to talk to you about it yet. However, the tax benefit that we're bringing to that client altogether, myself and you, the tax benefit will be close to, or if not a little bit in excess of $10,000 for the 2020 tax return. $10,000. Just imagine that a
Yeah.
few a few months back when I walked in that door, Minnie, it was not too much of smiles on their face. But now, when I'm able to break that news based on what we have approved for them already, imagine
Oh,
having
now
them.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about, right? But guys,
Yeah.
that is and that is so we had one case in Toronto and now we have another one in Brampton. That's two cases where we're able to put back about $20,000 plus into those homes. Just imagine
Yeah.
how much benefit we can bring to people, right?
Yeah.
And
I
this
want to honk.
information,
Guys, listen, I don't mean to sound cocky, or I don't mean to honk my own horn, but I'll tell you this. In the journey of achieving your goal, it's very important the people that are representing you along that path. Now, if you're hooked up with someone that doesn't have the skill set, doesn't have the knowledge, and when we're talking about that particular client, Mahendra, if I know who it is, I mean, think about you making $10,000 and we haven't done a transaction yet, and you're already winning. And that's because we understand the tools that are available. We understand when to utilize the tools that are available, and you're the one that's benefiting. So when you're hiring someone to represent you, you want to make sure you've got someone that's got the skill set, got the experience, but most importantly, has got your first interest at heart. Because at the end of the day, yes, we work hard, we're going to make our money, but importantly, we want you to make your money. We want you to be once you're benefiting, we're winning. And that's what we want. So I'm gonna honk our horn a little bit there because I think it's very, very important. It's
Yes.
amazingly important to make sure you're hiring the right people that's got the right skill set. People that doesn't have the right skill set, they're a dime a dozen. We don't want that.
Absolutely, Minnie. And if I may add to that, I'm telling you, that is gold, what you just mentioned there. And that is where we come in with the value. There's a huge value gap in the marketplace. Canadians are not getting the right representation, and we have a crusade against that. I think people deserve, if you're hardworking Canadian, you deserve to have, nobody deserves to give their money to a fool, okay? We
Yeah,
deserve to have proper financial advice. And at the end of the day, client comes first. The biggest beneficiary here
your clients.
is our clients, the biggest beneficiary,
Like for example, I
always.
I was just was it this week? I was telling you about one of my very good friend, and also that I've known for so long, and his wife is on disability. I won't use name right now, right? And when we were having that conversation, you're like, wait a minute, I can help them with, benefiting from that disability benefit. And so, this is where value comes in. You're not just going there to protect the family insurance wise, or, um, looking at that one product. You're looking at the family overall, and that's really, really important. Now,
Absolutely, absolutely. And that instant benefit, mini serves as a great emergency fund for a lot of Canadians. You know, most people do not have 3 to 6 months saved up in emergency funds. So what if you're able to benefit within the range of 5 to 10K right there? That's a few months of earnings set aside for an emergency, right?
yeah, yep.
Amazing.
I love Lolita's questions. So Lolita is asking, what is an average percentage return, Mahendra, you should get on, your RSP investment? And we talk about this all the time, right? What is your
Uh,
ROI? What's your return on investment?
Lita, I wish you were right here with me. That's my favorite return. That's my favorite question, actually. Right? So here's the thing, right? I come across a lot of instances where people invest. I wouldn't call the names, Mini. People invest in XYZ company, and the money has not moved. Okay, and that is where we come in because we show people where to invest. Invest in mutual funds that are going to yield you something in terms of doubling your money in a reasonable time zone. For example, we teach clients about the rule of 72. The rule of 72 teaches you, it tells how long your money will take to double if you divide your interest rate into the number 72. For example, if I were to help a client make 9% on their money through our company, AGF Funds, think about it. 9% into 72 is 8 years. You'll double your investment in 8 years. However, if that was sitting in XYZ company at 2%, it'll take them 36 years to double their money.
Or our famous known GICs, right?
Famous known GICs, they call it guaranteed investment certificates. I like to call it guaranteed insufficient cash, right?
Yeah.
You never end up with enough money.
So, for Lolita, Lolita is quite knowledgeable about the real estate market, and for myself as well, I usually look at it. If I'm putting this into a real estate investment, and I'm also using the bank's money, I'm going to get a higher return on investment. But this is particularly geared for every type of investment. Like this one, for example, has its own benefit. Let's say you are only able to you have $10,000 that you're going to contribute. You can't put that in real estate. It wouldn't go anywhere. It's not enough. It's not even your closing cost. So in
Yes.
this case, you're a first time home buyer, you're contributing 10,000, you're getting your refunds, and then it's going to double in X number of years, and you can use it towards your first time home buyer plan. So in this type of scenario, you're benefiting. But if you're the high roller investor, well, not high roller so much, but yeah, kind of. Like you have, quarter of a million, half a million as a starter investor. I mean, that's what is considered a starter investor today. A couple of years ago, that would be your high roller. It's no longer that case. So let's say you've got that sitting there. You'll probably want to put that into a real estate investment, then take out some equity and then drop it in terms of a financial investment. So you have an asset, but then the equity from that asset can be dropped into let's say in a financial industry or an investment like that. So there's so many different facets, so many different
Absolutely.
portfolios that can be created, and these portfolios are heavily based and heavily driven on the individual, because all of us have different lifestyle that we want to create, different family objectives, and different risk tolerance. So based on that, yeah.
Absolutely, Minnie. That you actually led me on perfectly to answer to closing out on Lolita's question, because I cannot just give a blanket rate of return, because it all depends on that person's investment profile. It's based on them. What kind of investor are you? What kind of lifestyle do you want? What is your age today? What's your current income? Do you have money set aside for an emergency? We look at the whole spectrum before choosing a category that would yield a certain return, right? So that's a very good question. However, to give a more specific answer, I need more specific information.
Sounds good. So double for most of it, right?
That's right.
And it's geared for different type of clienteles, right? Different type of individuals, depending on your portfolio.
Awesome.
We're getting some great questions. So now listen, guys, if you're looking at this video after the fact, drop a comment. Please share it in any groups that you would like. Share it with your family or friends. We love likes, we love hearts and all of that, but we love comments more. So drop a comment, say, hey guys, you're doing a good job, right? And we appreciate that. We appreciate all the support. We want to let you know we're grateful for that.
Awesome. And Minnie, at this time of the year, this is the perfect time to bring up this topic, where Canadians are not saving enough. I was reading a report. It says the average 40-year-old, guess how much they have saved for retirement? Zero. In fact, a lot of folks are in the negative, which means it's not even zero. It's a pile of debt. Exactly. Yeah. Imagine if we were able to step in and create some money on the table for them, compliments of the CRA. They now have money to set aside in a slush fund, in an emergency fund, right? That if something were to go wrong, the car goes, the transmission goes, the furnace goes, they have a few $1,000s they can actually access versus going to their line of credit or a credit card at 19.99%. Think about it, right?
Yeah.
So very, very, very good. Very good. I'm glad we're having this conversation today.
Good.
Kilalita, you're welcome.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So do you have anything else you'd like to share with them regarding RSP closing off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So guys, I would encourage, first of all, let's first of all look at the need for it, right? Do you really need an RRSP, right? Every situation comes, right? The second thing in terms of that is we do a complete total financial game plan based on your situation, including a budget, like Minnie was saying, accounting for every dollar. See where you're spending your money, and let's see where we can reposition your cost and give you a better value. Right. And in terms of real estate, I can't think of a better way of someone actually building up that deposit, to put into their property. Man, it's just amazing. It's just an amazing feeling watching people being able to actually afford their home. It's just an amazing feeling watching them turn the keys, Minnie, walk in that home and say, hey, you know what? We did it. With the help of so and so. And just to know, at the end of the day, they did it, but just to know that at the end of the day, we had a little part in it. We played a little bit in it,
Then we've served our purpose. You've served your purpose, yeah.
Served our purpose, right? And that's what this is all about. So this is a win-win relation, guys. And together, we can create so much of synergy working together.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Minnie.
You're welcome. Thanks, Hema. Appreciate it. Hema saying,
Hema.
good job, Minnie and Mahendra. Keep it up. Good value videos.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Hema. Thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions right now, can you believe we've been on for over 15 minutes? We usually say 15 minutes. So this was really good. Good job.
Great information.
Again, Mahendra, thank you so much for joining at the last minute. I know sometimes I'd call like, Mahendra, do you want to do this? Let's do this now. How are we going to do it? I'm not sure, but we're going to figure it out.
Hey, just like you said, the life of an entrepreneur, we're always on the go. We're always ready, whatever it takes to helping, educating families out there. And that is what, guys, the company I represent, have been educating families for the last 44 years. And I've been associated with them for the last 11 years. And I absolutely love this. I'm passionate about it. I don't have a typical work 9 to 5 schedule. I work when is necessary. Okay. I work, I work for my clients. And Minnie, I know you do the same. Your work ethic is amazing. If you don't know, I copy a lot of stuff from what you do in terms of your work ethic, and it has helped both of our businesses. So thanks a lot for the opportunity. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Take care to all of you on Instagram. I'm just going to say hi quickly. Leon, Michelle, Amla, Lisa, Wazir, Pibin. I apologize if I'm saying your name incorrectly.
Yes.
Colocho, Sharon. Who else is here?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining. We do appreciate it. Talk to you soon again. Join us on our next live. So we have had to make some changes. We started to do this on Mondays, but we've got our Market Monday update. So we're going to probably be doing this on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Bringing on guests. We have to move that, and trying to play around with the day to see what works best before we hard block it into our calendar. So do appreciate all of you joining. Thank you so much. We're grateful for that. Take care. Bye-bye. And please feel free to share and comment if you have any questions when you're looking at this after the fact. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
That's right.